Are we doing this? Are we really doing this right now in front of this? In front of this, really? Are we doing this right now in my co-living and co-working space here right now in Punta Nizuc, sector of Cancun? So welcome once again to this Agile Wars for your information wars about business agility and all the fuck leadership. And I'm pleased as Alexandre Frédéric Joly, your co-chef, to be before you on this St. Patrick. Actually, everybody is Irish today, is it? Even here in downtown Cancun, I hear that a lot of people will be greeny and drinking beers. And in my case, I'm not drinking beers anymore. So anyways, everybody's Irish. Kiss me in Irish. My goodness. Kiss me, I'm Irish. So do it in the comment below wherever you are watching this live stream, this 107 episode of the Friday Live Agile. But this is right now a special episode of the Dare Real Agile Wars series where we are going to address a couple of subjects. So bear with me. It's not like a 1 hour, one subject. It's going to be a kind of a melting pot of subjects that occur lately in the business agility news and the agile world of BS. And so we talk about culture of failure, really, and we're probably going to restart and do it again and more and better and wiser, the Fuckedup Scrum. Maybe it's going to be the Scrum beer, of May for a Fuckedup Scrum or something like this. Yes, maybe another hybrid event. So I'll get back to you later about this. Of course, digital nomad remote working. After 3 years of expansion of this, we are in a kind of a chasm. Now it's another new buzzword. And why is Cancun losing it? And I'm going to explain why Cancun is losing it. This is more for people who are in the real estate and stuff. But still, business agility, it's all about it, right? So, and the digital ID or digital failure of transformation, especially in Quebec again, with the example of the SAAQ. So, should I add a new subject? No. That's going to be our 3 kind of topic and today's special Agile Wars from the Dare Real Agile podcast. And once again, if you want to support the channel and you cannot buy me a coffee because you're too cheap and you don't have any Satoshi to send over me, so then smash the like button and yes, subscribe and hit the bell, especially on Rumble and YouTube. I can wait to the growing. Like right now, we all approach 800 on YouTube. It's amazing, and with more view, more things. But again, the podcast is still more powerful. It is still more powerful. And yes. Oh, I didn't. Let me do this right now. Here, we are doing something live right now because the Scrum Beer 21. Because I'm so mashed up right now. I'm smashed. It's gonna be the 30th. Let me put it right now on your screen for the visual people out there. We are still going to have this March Scrum Beer, but not next week, not next Thursday. I cannot. I will be too busy next week with this client on site. Plus, I will have to travel twice. And so that's why I asked to postpone it for the 30th. Hybrid still. It's going to be probably live from Austin, Texas. So for the people around me in Austin, it's a special private list anyways. So I'm going to tell you where it's going to be, probably on 6th and Brazo, in a nice location where we'll have Wi-Fi capability because it's going to be also spread all around the world. So if it's not done yet, I know it's about 10 plays out of 60 plays left for the hybrid, the virtual online on the Zoom Pro. But if it's not done yet, in the description, you have the link to subscribe because If you want to participate virtually, you don't have choice to subscribe to have the link on the Zoom webinar show. It will be all about Mike Beadle innovation, innovation of enterprise Scrum that could be applied wisely to any department of your organization. So if you'd like to know how to agilize, how to really scale the agile software development beyond IT and software development, that will be your chance to be introduced by yours truly. And I hope some other student of Mike will join me because it's going to be, again, an open type of conversation. What is it, Anna? Oh, what is this? Oh, this is a new technology that actually that I'm testing right now. Probably a future sponsor. So I'll talk to you about it more, maybe if it's working, maybe if they become a sponsor of the Dare Real Agile podcast, the first ever sponsor to sponsor my show. So it's a discussion I have with the business club of Playa del Carmen. So I'll talk to you about it. But a quick thing, it's a detox right now, and I'm doing this week on top of my multiple other projects. So without further ado, end of the announce. And of course, if you'd like to spark the mind of someone with real Agile, with real Scrum, real lean thinking and entrepreneurial stuff, and the freedom lifestyle, share this video to anyone randomly. All right. So what's going on in the world of business agility, and the world of networking, and the world of entrepreneur right now? There's really three subjects that caught my attention lately. And you'll probably notice, for those who follow me for a couple of times, that I'm not anymore on social network. I would like to thank Anna and Elizabeth for their great work of posting one or two posts on LinkedIn. That's it. We're linked out. I don't care anymore. I even deactivated it on my devices. So if I want to go see LinkedIn, I have to open at least my laptop or my computer and logged in. Yes, I'm completely linked out. I don't believe in social network. And by the way, social media and social network should be also a topic that we have in this, because I'd like to thank Gregory. Gregory asked us to discuss this chat GPT. We're supposed to do so, but I'm so kind of busy and focused on other projects right now. And I try to keep doing this Friday Live Agile, whether it's a Dare Real Agile at the same time or this Agile Wars series. But and this week, I need to talk about this culture of failure, digital nomad in Cancun, with some discussion with business people here in Cancun, Playa, and Tulum, and what's going on. And the recession is hitting, the inflation less, but we'll talk about it. So, but the first subject is this culture of failure, and probably the upcoming series, Fuckedup Scrum, that I would like to do with guests as possible, and open mic and everything. And not just once, but many times. We have 4 Fridays at least a month. One is for the Dare Real Agile. I would like to have one with this culture of failure. We are in a culture war right now on every aspect. And what caught my attention is this buzzing again of fuck it up night, or this buzzing again of people talking of the right of failure. Okay, don't get me wrong here. As your business agility coach and Scrum coach, and when we praise the self-organized and self-managed team and autonomy of people, and a culture of learning, part of the value and the guiding principle of what is agility. Of course, we are not embracing, like some of my colleagues says, but we will, at some point, encourage you to look, introspect and retrospect about what happened if you fail about something, about the mistake you made. So yes, you have the right to make mistake. You won't be like in the old day of the alpha beta organization with hierarchy and command and control, telling you that, giving you warning and advertising. No. We'd like to do it more openly, with authentic leadership, with a culture of learning. So if you fail about something, and you're sprint, if you do Scrum, if you're a Kaizen member in a Kaizen event, talk to you about what happened, and you didn't deliver as promised. So it's important. So this is a key element of the importance of doing retrospective. To all the engineer out there who came and questioned me, could we skip the retrospective, the sprint, because well, retrospective is a good mini Kaizen at some point. If you take the time to reflect on what's going on, to express your feelings on your with your other colleagues and stuff like this, and to look at those failures constructively and to learn from them and to maybe ask for extra trainings and so on. So I'm all for not the failure, because I'm a winner. I'm an entrepreneur first. I'm a leader first. And I think you should focus and always aim at winning. So what I despise again is this goofification on social network, on Instagram, on Facebook, on everything that I heard of, because I'm not there anymore. So I'm just trusting Anna about what she sees. And sometimes when I read things on other platforms that talked about a buzz on social media, especially LinkedIn, linked out, who seems to praise and embrace the culture of failing. They reclaim the right to failure. I say no to that. Fuck no. Fuck no. Not embracing, not praising. Absolutely no. It's a go, it's a no-go. If you expect at the Agile Lounge for Business Agility Professional Services to have a consultant that will help you embracing this bullshit of failure, no. Helping you identify the mistake, the risk, the capability, the competence, the skills and everything, and how to improve them, how to elevate your workers of doing it better and wiser, work smarter, not harder. We are all in with you, and for you in the case of our professional services. Okay? So for me, these Fuckedup Night was a great initiative to bring people together and talked about entrepreneurial difficulty and failure. Yes, we failed. I got about 20-some business since 1993, celebrating 30 years now of being an entrepreneur. It's amazing. And yes, I fell 7 times, but never bankrupt and never lost money, thoroughly though. And so yes, that's it. And we learned from there. And where those 7 venture went out and failed, we know why. And that's why we never do it again, or we do it differently, depending of the level of failure and why it was a failure. And don't expect any example right now, because the show, I'd like to keep the show within 45 minutes for you to get out, especially now with the change of time in Montreal, New York, and somewhere else. You're gonna have it at your 12 East, but it's already 11 o'clock here Central. So maybe spring is starting for you. I don't know. I don't have any fucking news from what's going on up north. Nobody is talking to me. And as always, I'd like to make a little time for that. Like, I need this. I need this from the bottom of my heart. In my renovatio, I'm here right now. In my transformation, the transmission I receive. That's amazing. While I'm in Montreal, my home base, 90% of my communication is with people all around the world. While I'm here, it's not changing. Which means that, and actually it's even worse, my 10% communication from people around Montreal are becoming 0. So people of Montreal, probably it's a dance both ways, but they don't have any interest in what we propose, what I do, what I propose. And likewise, motherfucker. So that's it. Right now, I've got prospect and a funnel full of people from all across the United States and Europe. Even I think we have a lead. Is that right, Anna? Do we have a lead from Australia or something? Well, anyways. Oh, no, it's from Indonesia. So you see, oh, and I've got one in Canada, two in Canada, but it's in the West. So it's not Quebec, it's Finnish. So anyways, so I hope you hear me well. I'm not embracing failure. I'm all in for a learning environment in your organization and will be there to help you learn from the mistake you make as an organization, from your people mistake and training needs. If it's training they need, maybe it's coaching they need, not to repeat that error, because the important thing is not repeat that mistake. Because at some point, if someone is repeating his mistake, maybe it's not fit for the job and you have to think of attrition. Yeah. So speaking of Quebec, that don't want me anymore, and I don't care because I'm not scared. And especially when I see, oh my God, Michel Blanc, great article and great interview you did somewhere about the failure of the cycle. So I won't go back to what happened to the SAAQ, especially with 87% of my audience not from Quebec and not knowing what's on, but just a little background and context. The SAAQ, and it's a French acronym for the Public Insurance Company of Quebec. But in Quebec, they insure people health and people care after a car accident or something happened on the road. So that is covered, centralized, and nationalized by this SAAQ. It's la Société d'assurance automobile du Québec. So it's basically the insurance automobile of Quebec public, whatever, this thing, but mostly for your body. If you need health care or something after an accident. Because everything that touch your car or your truck or even maybe your boat, I'm not sure, this will be privately insured. So all the so the body injury, it's public state with this organism. But everything else, like your car replacement, reparation, mechanic stuff, that's going to be a private insurance. Like I won't name any here, but you know. So if you live in Quebec, you know, so you have access to all these insurers. So what happened is, apparently, in this public aspect for your body injuries and stuff. Oh, and by the way, this same organism in Quebec is also in charge of delivering the driver's license, immatriculation for your car, and everything. Like, it's really centralized. It's central plan. Yeah, Quebec is a socialist state. Everything is centralized. Everything is going on, and that's the problem. So they create like a huge wait time in all of their branch throughout Quebec, and Quebec, it's big. France, it's getting 5 times inside Quebec. So anyways, and they were launching, I think, their digital platform that was promising to cut the wait time into the branches all across the provinces. The failure of both the call centers and the digital platform, not even sure about the app here, bring even more people into the branch because they didn't have any digital response, any self-service response, everything fucked up. Okay, to be objective here, I have to say, and I have to congratulate the people who contribute to that, to Revenue Quebec, another government body agency, who did, I think, starting 2017 all the way up to 2020. They did a great job. And if we compare Revenue Canada and Revenue Quebec for your income tax and your tax and your small, medium, and big enterprise, so kudos to the new platform. I'm using it myself as both an entrepreneur because I still have a company incorporated in Quebec. So Kudu, great email alert, great login, great platform. You find your stuff on Revenu Quebec website, especially the business one. The citizen one, it's good, but could aim to better administration. But the digital experience for your revenue and everything that touch your tax and fiscal paper, could do. It's great. That said, implementation at the SAAQ for body injury insurance, failure, total failure of deployment, stability of it's an hardware problem, but it's also a front end problem of the experience that we don't have with Revenu Quebec. The front end is pretty good, especially for business. As I said, some improvement of the user experience and the front end UI of the citizenship part could be improved. And maybe if you ask me in the comment below and in your message, I could do a longer explanation of a user experience and the journey of Revenu Quebec to is its digital transformation. But definitely, what happened a week or 2 weeks ago in Quebec with the digital transformation of the public insurance agency was a total failure, creating even more stress into the regular call center and the branch all across the province. We're still in a mindset of a fear of exchanging virus and here and that. So it didn't help much. And that opened a Pandora box of Eric Kerr, is the minister responsible for the digital transformation and your digital identity in Quebec. And he doesn't know shit about information and technology, doesn't know shit about web development, user experience, product management, agility, and so on. And this guys go out in the press conf and he rumble about Scrum and Kanban and all the lean thing that we're gonna do. And really care? Eric care. And by the way, I'll probably put in the pinned comment of YouTube and Rumble and the description of this video a take in French I did about this digital proposition back in early 2021, probably 2 years ago that month. In March, I did something about it, telling them that they're going to hit the wall. And this is exactly what happened with the public insurance company. They fucking hit the wall. And I cannot wait for the healthcare system that's still not plenty digitalized. And the problem of the central planning mindset, the centralization of our data. So that opened a Pandora box, and it shows how much I was right 2 years ago in French, telling him, warning the CSPQ, another body that deal with all the digital transformation, and the lack of agility, the lack of understanding, the lack of focus and embracing guiding principle that could make these effective. And I will be very, very, very interested to know why Revenu Quebec achieve it. And I know also the Alcohol Society of Quebec kind of achieve it great for the user experience online and everything. So why they are not taking these great experience, adapt it and tailor it for the other department of the states or other agency and make it happen. So anyway, but for me, the bigger problem is this digital ID and the Agile Quebec failure. And not seeing anyone from Agile Quebec or Agile Montreal speaking out about it, proposing something about it, and not even knocking at our door with our experience around the world to help you make a real business agility process, an open business, an open space technology to make things happen thoroughly, meaningfully. No, nobody is. We let them buzzwording with Agile and Scrum and they don't know shit about what they're talking about. So if they don't know what they're talking about, how they could walk accordingly. Because I'm all for walk the talk, and they definitely don't walk the talk, because if they walk the talk, they will walk the wrong talk, and this is why they fail. And for me, it's a concern because I see that in the healthcare system, even for a blood test or to cancer prevention or to treatment and so on. So a lot of people praise, oh, Canada and Quebec, you have a universal healthcare system, blah, blah, blah. But we pay for that. It's not free. We pay with our income tax, taxation, rights, extra stuff in the system, and we wait and we wait. And the quality of services will depend on your will to fight. To fight, I mean to heal yourself. And I realized that because I travel a lot, because I receive medical services in the United States when I need it, when I'm there, including Mexico, by the way. And I realized that Quebec, it's fucking retard. And the medical field and, you know, the care you receive, the test you have, and the choice you have, and on top of it, you add the layer of technology, you add the layer of digital experience, and they want us to trust them with the digital transformation of our healthcare provides, and having an app and the Click Santé, they call it in Quebec. Shit. I had an appointment the other day in cardiology in Quebec, and the alert system didn't work. It was hard. It was so hard to take an appointment that I had to call. So, and I am assure you that it's going to be centralized again. The data will be stuck into the same server, just as a buffet for hackers to steal your identity. And the digital identity that should regroup many of the state services, and trust me, in Quebec, there's a lot. They're not there yet. They're not there yet for one body agency of their structure, their big, big, big structure. They don't care about people experience. They don't even ask the citizen. I never receive a request for survey or something as a citizen. How would you like to have your digital identity work with this and that? So it's a total failure of the digitalization in Quebec, of the government agency. And lately I receive healthcare in Mexico, because when you're not in Quebec, even if you pay for 12 months, the month or two you are out, they don't want to help you even remotely. So you see, it's another failure, if you ask me, because you don't receive for what you pay. And probably that the government don't pay my medical doctor when I'm here, which is a total stupidity, because if we could do telemedicine, which they are not ready to do, you know, a Zoom like with my medical doctor, it's not possible unless I'm in the private sector. So this is why I'm going to do more alternative stuff. I'm going to quit this system. And unfortunately, until I'm still a citizen of Quebec, I won't be able to opt out. And until I still have money and investment in Quebec, I will still pay for services that I don't receive. And digital for me, it's not just having an app or a website or stuff. It's include telemedicine. It's include that wherever the fuck I am on this planet, if I pay from my income tax for services, I bet I want to talk to you, my doctor in Montreal, through Zoom or Teams. They're not even capable of doing this, of having the infrastructure, the hardware, and the means to do this. And one of my colleagues on the other room, he's from Wisconsin, could talk to his doctor in Madison anytime and no time on Zoom. On Zoom, not fucking Microsoft Teams. Incredible, guys. I'm telling you that Quebec is, and Canada as a whole, is becoming an undeveloped country because here in Mexico, nice services, and no, it's not because I'm white and no. Even my Mexican friend have a better service and they have choice to go to the Red Cross, to the public sector, or to pay. Could we have that choice in Quebec? Anyways, so that's, I have no trust at all to what's happening in Quebec right now in terms of the digital transformation and the digital identity. And I hope there will be some kind of mechanism for me to opt out of the digital ID, to not going in. I think Eric Kerr, the minister, says it's going to be volunteer. I hope so. Because until they fix their shit, until even before being digital, they fix their in real life shit, and they improve the choice of treatment that we could have, please. A lot of people don't have access to things that I have access because I'm traveling, because I'm building a network, freedom sales network, alternative education, alternative, and it's shame that we have to say alternative because it's alternate, it's an alternative to the mainstream imposed, state-owned, in our case in Canada, system. But it's not alternative. It's science. It's real freaking science that we don't have access in Quebec, period. So I talked about the culture of failure. I talked about the failure of digital transformation, especially in Quebec, and the importance of not opting in to the digital ID that's coming. By the way, it was supposed to be in June 2021. It's not. Just to let you know. So my last subject before letting you go to your Friday beer will be this after Agile. What's next and what's coming up on the Dare Real Agile podcast? I had invited my great colleague over at the Open Leadership Network to have an open conversation and to talk about what's going on with Scrum Alliance, Agile Alliance, IC Agile, and any other body of certification and training for Agile coach, probably including this new enterprise agility, whatever shit from Eric Roller, and all what the European are doing. Again, talking shit, so they won't teach you how to walk properly because you're gonna walk shit as they talk shit. So I know Mizik last year already called out those institutions I just named. Now Ryan just ask again, saying them, if you are not responding, you're probably accomplice of this Agile industrial complex and all of this impose, push way of doing Agile. So I'm really curious. And I did ask myself early this week I'm still part of the Church of Scrum Alliance. I'm a Scrum foundational educator, certified in many ways with them. The user group Scrum Beer, it's actually with them. They're sponsor me for that, providing to any other Scrum Alliance member Scrum educational unit. By the way, I wish to see you on March 30th on Zoom for the majority of you, and for my network in Austin. Stay tuned. You're gonna know Brazo and Six and the location coming soon. They don't even answer me in the direct channel. I've been in your and shadow banned for the first, not shadow banned, ghost. I've been ghost by my direct message to Scrum Alliance. So guys, what's going on? Don't tell me you're busy with the Portland gathering that's coming. And so that's why I'd like to have a conversation with Mizik, Ryan, or just Ryan to know more about how they feel and how we should start calling violation to those institutions that don't bring that much value anymore. Especially on that important topic of how do the executive are aware, are coach, or at least, yeah, they should be aware of what's going on. And I don't see any certificate on all of these bodies, even IC Agile, that push to a more enterprise coaching, but there's no enterprise coaching from Scrum Alliance that I saw the prospective. Like, that's why I'm even questioning myself to continue this learning path of becoming a CEC, because it seems to be very lame. I've learned more now, right now on the field with executive themselves, and with the certification I received from Daniel Mizik, thank you again, on acting as an executive coach, a real executive coach. Forget about Agile. What is the business value? We try to help the executive and the leader into an organization, because if you'd like to change the organization, they have to be willing to change themselves. And this is why I find it curious in most corpus of IC Agile, ICF, Scrum Alliance, and Agile Alliance, and even the Business Agility Institute for that matter, that are pushing, imposing stuff to the newbie coach to do with executive. That's not the way it's worked. You have to be more inviting. You have to be polite. Me, I like when someone from the C-level suite come and ask the team how it's doing. And he said, like, could I talk to you, please, Alex? And then when we start the cafe and the conversation, he or she is eager to receive more understanding and the coaching from me. So I bet you that there's a lot of coach out there, certified coach, that don't know how to deal with the psychology of an executive, or to do, because me, in my case, I was an entrepreneur, I was a business owner. I am still a business owner and entrepreneur. I talk with them, I talk with VC. VC stands for venture capitalists. So it's even like their psychology, it's even more speed and time consuming than any executive out there. So if you don't know how to be authentic and direct and have your 5 minutes of glory with these people, you won't be able to coach them. And the majority of coach right now are just supplier of energy for these institutions. As we should not concentrate into the volume of how many coach you certified, but on the quality and the set tools that these people have, and how they could do their own way in having a conversation, meaningful conversation, a wise conversation with those executive and business owners that don't have time for your bullshit and your legos. I'll say that much. And they told me that. Every time I have a lunch or a dinner with executive and business owner at my client, the one thing they all tell me is, we love you, Alex, because you don't waste our time and you don't impose anything to my employees. You hear, but more than hear them, you listen to them and you suggest things to do that will bring value for my customer with my employees. Yes, it's that simple. You who are listening right now, if you're a Scrum Master that start, better stick with us in our openness, in our practicality, pragmatic things. Because if you stick with the literalists, you won't feel happy. You won't feel fulfilled. You won't have nice dinner like I do with director, manager, and CEO. Telling you that I love you. So on that, meditate on this and remember who you really are. A powerful being, a wonderful being that are free to be whoever you wanted to be and to do whatever you wanted to do in respect of one another. Have an amazing weekend. Happy St. Patrick's again, and see you on the other side of the Gulf next week.